Let's start with the victim's rights. You have a right to be free from intimidation, harassment, and abuse. This is Colorado. These are constitutional too. 16A. Article 2, 16A. You have a right to be free from intimidation, harassment, and abuse. If you're a victim of a crime, let's say somebody viciously murders your puppy, that means Noble Haven is supposed to make sure that you're free from intimidation, harassment, and abuse. Noble Haven is supposed to make sure that you have a right to be heard by phone, in person, by text, and by email. He made sure I wasn't heard by anybody. He made sure that intimidation, harassment, and abuse carried on by email, by U.S. mail, by handwritten notes, virtually by audio or video or equivalent, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. The right to be treated with fairness, respect, and dignity. The right to be informed by the local police, the sheriff, and his deputies of the status of the case and time of the next court appearance and other scheduling information and needs. The right to be provided with a secure waiting room at the courthouse, to not be seen or to avoid being in close proximity to the criminal. The right to receive one's property back if the police took it for evidence reasons. The right to receive the initial incident report from the police, which establishes at a minimum the victim's rights, the offender's name, the date of the crime, the charges, and a summary of the incident. The right to be heard at most criminal proceedings. The right to be informed of and to attend all the critical stages of the criminal justice process, the 10-step criminal procedure. Number 1, arrest summons. 2, bail bond hearing, advisement of charges, preliminary hearing, dispositional hearing, arraignment. 7, motions hearing. 8, pretrial readiness conference. 9, jury trial. 10, sentencing. The right to be informed of. Number 9, the right to be informed of and to attend these 11 hearings. Any parole or parole revocation hearing. Any termination of sex offender registration hearings. Offender executions. The right to attend a sealing of records hearing. The right to attend any parole application hearing and full parole board review hearing. The right to attend probation revocation hearing. The right to attend post-conviction DNA test hearings. The right to attend a preservation of DNA evidence hearing. The right to attend an attack on judgment or conviction hearing. The right to attend a tampering with evidence hearing. 2431-9022C. 2431-9022C. The right to attend a tampering with evidence hearing. The right to be informed of a criminal protection order upon written request of the victim. The right to be informed of the final disposition of the case. The right to consult with prosecution prior to a disposition and prior to the trial of a case. The right to be informed about these 7 random things. 1, complaint, summons, or warrant filed by the probation department. 2, a change of venue or release from the probation supervision. The right to be notified of a referral of an offender to community corrections. The right to be informed if the convicted is released on parole or release of offender from jail or hospital. The right to be informed of being able to file a civil suit after a criminal conviction. The right to money damages, restitution in some cases. The right to view the pre-sentence report of the probation department, to be informed of protective services. 13, the right to be informed about restorative justice practices pursuant to CRS 24 4.1 302.5 L5. 24 4.1 302.5. So if you're a good lawful American citizen, you get fucked over. If you read the laws, you get fucked over. If you pay for your permits and you pay for your insurance and you make sure you're on the up and up, you get fucked over. But if you're a Nazi, criminal, child abusing, anti-planning and zoning piece of shit, well, you get to be a Robert Pickerel. You get to be a fucking Phil Greene. You get to be a Kenny Capin going around committing crime after crime after crime after crime. That's bullshit. I don't have a right to defend myself in America? You're a good guy. You can't defend yourself. Huh. I think you're a bad guy if you're telling me that bullshit. Calling Noble Haven was the worst fucking thing you could possibly fucking do. They murder your fucking little... It doesn't matter, right? That was my practice kid. So when one of my kids got murdered, Noble Haven covered it up. And then my other kid got kidnapped by Courtney and Justin. You think any of them gave a shit? Any of them apologize? Any of them going to reassure to me that they're not going to kill and kidnap my fucking kids? No, they're pieces of shit and they're preventing me from fucking living my goddamn life. He's an honest person. He's a good, honest, polite, lawful person. And he turns the other cheek. Let's make sure we fuck that one over. You're the one that's going to keep Robert. He's a fucking goddamn felon. He's a fucking devil worshipping. He's anti-planning and zoning, anti-law. You didn't want me to defend myself against that guy? You want the devil worshipping? Then you need the devil worshippers. You on the side of the devil worshippers. You're on the side of the evil motherfucking criminal fucks. Sure you are. You ever showed solidarity, huh? The best thing I figured I could do for black folks is be by their side. Not to lead them, not to follow them, but just be by their side and be a witness and be a friend. Be an ally. Whatever you go through, I'm going to go through. Here's 8 common rules of evidence. All relevant and material evidence is admissible, and non-relevant and non-material is inadmissible. So, if it's material evidence, it's admissible. If it's not relevant, it's not admissible. CRE 401. Anything that adds to the truth is admissible. Relevant evidences means evidence having a tendency to make the existence of any fact that is of consequence to the determination of the action more probable or less probable than it would be without the evidence. So do we need this person to testify about what they saw? You were an eyewitness. You saw the whole thing. And even if you didn't see the whole thing, but you was in the area, we need you to come in. CRE 401. No person has the privilege to 1. Refuse to be a witness. 2. Refuse to disclose any matter. 3. Refuse to produce any object or writing. 4. Prevent another from being a witness or disclosing any matter or producing any object or writing. CRE 501. Most everybody is competent to be a witness with very few exceptions. CRE 601. A witness is a natural person who either A, has knowledge of the existence or non-existence of facts relating to any crime, or B, whose declaration under oath is received, or C, who has reported any crime, or D, who has been served with a subpoena. CRS 24 4.13027. Definitions for victims' rights. Number 5, lay witnesses can testify most of the time. They just can't testify that they're an expert scientist or an expert astrophysicist or an expert doctor or an expert psychotherapist. If they're not, but lay witnesses, they can have an opinion on ultimate issues. They can have an opinion on this and that. But they can't pretend to be an expert scientist. Both court and parties can call an expert witness. So the court can call an expert witness, and both the defense and the prosecution could call expert witnesses. CRE 706. Only expert witnesses can issue their expert opinions in their expert fields: science, psychotherapy, technology, medicine. That's CRE 702. All witnesses can have an opinion on ultimate issues. That's 704. So 401. All relevant material evidence is admissible. 501. No person has a privilege to refuse to be a witness, refuse to disclose any matter, refuse to produce any object or writing, or prevent another from being a witness or disclosing any matter or producing any object or writing. Isn't that exciting? That is exciting. A bunch of fucking assholes, criminal motherfuckers, snitches get stitches. That's what Hiram Richardson, the mayor, that's the mayor over there by the Lebanon Bridge. No, they all respect him. Gotta fucking kiss his ass. That's the fucking mayor over there. He drove by this blue truck fucking being dickheads to motherfuckers that's sitting there bullying me. I thought you guys were tough guys. Why are you letting this piece of shit commit crimes, you fucking pieces of shit? Is this jail rules? You're gonna find a scapegoat? Oh, okay, I see what you did. You capitalist motherfucking... You want me to be the communist Jew? You want me to be your communist Jew? I'll be your communist Jew. I'll be your black communist Jew. I'll be your Huckleberry. You need a black communist Jew in the neighborhood, you racist fucking child abusing fucking criminal fucking motherfuckers. He wants everybody to be fed. He thinks black people are people. He wants to raise his children in a good house, in a good neighborhood, in a good society. What the hell's his problem? What the hell's your fucking problem, motherfucker? God damn, if I ever fucking come across an anti-racist, I mean, people made fun of that one fucking guy, but you know what? He's right. He's right. People are racist in their fucking hearts. How are you going to get rid of that racism? You have to be anti-racist. You can't just not be racist. You got to be above and beyond. You got to be anti-racist. The witness is a natural person who has the knowledge of the existence or non-existence of facts relating to any crime. 24 4.13027. The 10-step criminal procedure for the SLV: arrest, summons, bail, bond hearing, advisement of charges, preliminary hearing, dispositional hearing, arraignment, motions hearing, pre-trial readiness conference, jury trial, and sentencing. So that's victims' rights. We got 13 common victims' rights. We just went through 8 common rules of evidence. Now let's go through the common Colorado criminal laws. And then we already mentioned the last thing we got is the 30 common Colorado criminal laws. Don't rape, don't murder, don't pedophile. Don't rape is 18.3, 402, 404, 405, 405.4. It's don't sexually assault, 18.6, 302, 18.7, 402, 403, 403.5, 404, 405. Don't sexually assault people. You thought you was going to come to Colorado and rape and murder and pedophile, you piece of shit? A whole bunch of Colorado laws when it comes to don't be a child molester, don't go around raping kids, don't pander, don't procure, don't run a house of child prostitution. Sick of you fucking... How many of you religious? You got too many goddamn fucking child abusers in the ruling class, too many child abusers amongst the Catholics, too many child abusers. Too many child abusers all over the place. Muslims, Catholics, the ruling class. How come all you guys are okay with child abuse? Title 16 is children's law. So, yeah, don't pander, don't procure, no human trafficking for labor, for sex. Don't sell children, don't buy children. Keep your fucking hands to yourself. There's like good touch, bad touch. How about no touch? How about no touch? How about go touch yourself, go touch an adult male, an adult female? Leave the kids alone. Don't rape, don't murder, don't pedophile. Thou shalt not rob, thou shalt not hit. So you can't steal. That's interesting. Those bastards out there were bragging about robbing and stealing and hitting Nazi fucks. I mean, there was McDonald, they got arrested. Samantha, that was a woman. She didn't get any trouble at all. If you're a white woman, you're allowed to shove green beans up your kids' asses. Is that what you're allowed to do? So if you're a Nazi white woman, you could shove green beans up your kid's ass. He gets 40 years and she don't even get in trouble. And then them Costleys got accused of child abuse too. Thou shalt not rob. Thou shalt not hit. Thou shalt not bear false witness. So we know that y'all don't listen to laws. You don't have morality. You don't have a sense of right and wrong. You don't have morals. You're not reading the laws. What do you got? Like Bass Reeves says, what do you got? You don't have morals and you don't have... Don't bear false witness against thy neighbor. Thou shalt not abuse. No domestic abuse, no elderly abuse, no child abuse, no animal abuse. Don't abuse. What is that, 12 times? Yeah, you can't assault, you can't sexually assault, and you can't assault or sexually assault 12 fucking times. You can't abuse. You piles of shit. You can't torture either, you pieces of shit. You can't arson, you can't kidnap, you can't enslave. No torture, no abuse, no enslavement. It's Article 2, Section 26, also 18.3.504. Don't assault anybody during escape. Don't treason against Colorado or America. Don't abuse a child under 12 to death. Don't abuse a child under 12 to death. That's life in prison. Don't murder a firefighter, EMS, or a cop. That's 18.3.107. That's also Class 1, life in prison. 11 Class 2 felonies in Colorado. Don't hold a hostage when you escape from prison. Don't aid an escape from prison. Don't pander a child when it comes to child prostitution. Don't run a house of child prostitution. Don't buy or sell children. No theft. 18.4.401. 2J. No unlawful manufacture of financial transaction devices. No unlawful termination of pregnancies. No sexual assaults. No criminal mischief. No human trafficking for labor. No human trafficking for sex. No escaping. No auto theft. No disrupting a lawful assembly. That's a petty or misdemeanor, but the principle is freedoms are laws. No, this is a lawful assembly. We are petitioning. This is a lawful assembly. Freedom of speech, lawful, the First Amendment. You can't break it up. So we're doing something lawful. You can't break up something lawful. I fired 3 warning shots, and I could point to the law that told me that I'm allowed to do it. Article 2, Section 13 of Colorado's Constitution says you have a right to bear arms in order to defend your home, person, and property. That motherfucker was fucking with me. He was acting like he wanted to run over my goddamn fucking dogs. I'm fucking 600 feet in my backyard. There's 5-acre plots out here. It's not like I'm in the front yard or the backyard to where he could... But he needs to fuck with me, and he needs to fuck with me again. And then he even says he wants to do it for a third time. What do you need to drive? And then the guy's house is on the other side. He didn't even need to drive by my house once. He didn't even have to drive by my house once. But we're going to let people murder people's puppies out there. Hell, those McDonald's were raping kids for about 5 years. And it was those cops in that article, they said they wouldn't even have gone out there if they weren't protesting the government. So they would have let those kids get raped on and on and on. No perjury. That's a class 4 felony and citizen's arrest. No auto theft, no disrupting the lawful assembly. Citizen's arrest is legal. If you witness a crime, you get to arrest the shit out of the person. Here's the exact law. A person who is not a peace officer may arrest another person when any crime has been or is being committed by the arrested person in the presence of the person making the arrest. CRS 163201, and no perjury. And no perjury. So, why did I say all those? I'm telling you, none of those things. I'm not going to steal your car. I'm not going to disrupt your lawful assembly. I'm not going to perjure. I'm not going to run no fucking human trafficking cartel. I'm reassuring you over and over and over again. But Jordan Peterson says you fuck over Jesus Christ. You fuck over nice guys. You fuck over people that smile and that are kind. You only give a shit about the violent fucking rich people. That's the only people you respect, right? Well, I read all these laws, so it makes you feel dumb. I'm not trying to make you feel dumb. I read the laws so that way I don't go into your house, breaking your rules. I come to Colorado, I read Colorado's laws because I'm in Colorado's house. So I'm going to abide by the rules of the House of Colorado. Nobody else believes that? I'm the only one. That's 61 Colorado common laws.